Title: TNT, oh snap. The land of the rising sun steps up for Ukraine. TLDR. Guess what? The US is playing matchmaker, trying to score some TNT for Ukraine's artillery from none other than Japan. A nation that's all about peace, Japan's got a tough call to make, thanks to their rules that say, no selling weapons overseas. But, word on the street is, they've found a loophole. You'd think it was a rom-com story. So here we are folks, with the land of the rising sun, Japan, the embodiment of tranquility, possibly about to step up in this high-stakes game of geopolitical chess. The US, while pumping up Ukraine's arsenal, is trying to bag some TNT in Japan for 155mm artillery shells. Let's be honest, who knew we'd see the day when peaceful Japan would be in the middle of this ammo triangle? Now, here's where it gets tricky. Japan has some pretty strict export rules, banning companies from selling lethal items overseas, like those juicy howitzer shells Ukraine's been raining down on Russian forces. And yet, sources say, these two nations seem to have found a crafty workaround. Who doesn't love a little plot twist, am I right? Japan, the country where even the trains bow to each other, is potentially getting down and dirty in the international arms deal. But with global shortages of munitions, maybe it's more of a desperate times call for desperate measures scenario. Is it about supporting an ally, or bending the rules to meet global needs? And before anyone gets all hyped up and starts considering this as financial advice to invest in Japanese munition stocks, let's drop the disclaimer bomb. This is not financial advice. Who knows what might happen next? But hey, let's put ourselves in Japan's shoes for a second. They've got a history of peace and neutrality, and now they're standing at a crossroads, faced with the tough decision of whether to help out Ukraine. On one hand, they risk stirring up controversy, but on the other hand, they might just be stepping up to a whole new level of international solidarity. So, we're left with this conundrum, to supply or not to supply? That is the question. Is Japan going to go against their peaceful nature and become an arms dealer for Ukraine? And what could this mean for Japan's image on the global stage? So now, over to you. What would you do if you were Japan? Would you step up for an ally in need, even if it meant changing your country's image? Let the debate begin.